Hey, I'm Andy here, back with another spy psychology reaction, and this one is next on the list is Paranoia, and I don't think I've done it properly, right? Like, there's like messing around with friends when you're a spy, and just like messing and playing tricks, cloaking in, cloaking out, and then like just like messing with them in general. But I don't think that's the paranoia that this video is going to talk about, because like there's like paranoia within friends because you're just messing around with them, and then there's actual trying to get the enemy think twice and just for that one split second give your team the advantage type of paranoia. So yeah, I don't think I've ever done that. But like I never really played competitively, so I never really needed to. I mean, it is a good skill to have, but yeah, I guess we'll see what tips what tips he's gonna have about creating paranoia, I guess.
You disgust me, fat man. That is a diet I call death.
No. Oh. Also, this isn't part of paranoia, but it's also really, I guess, satisfying when you use the taunt with the dagger and you end up killing someone that happens to run by. So it almost never happens, but when it does, it is very satisfying. That little lunge taunt, I think. Nice intro though. Ooh. Oh yeah. That's like I don't know if that's paranoia though. It's just like, you know that the enemy is retreating from like one of your allies, and you cloak and block the exit. So they think they're running away while facing the enemy, not you, but the other enemy, and they just hit a wall. So I don't know if that's paranoia. It's just like good placement, maybe. I don't know. It all depends on the server too, I think.
Paranoia. It's something Spy is very good at causing, even if you aren't dying to him. As soon as you realize there's a spy out there, he lives rent-free in your head. Spy is the best class for mind games, and it's something you need to do or at least consider when playing the class.
Is it? I'm thinking, like I'm trying to think of what other classes can do mind games. Like a sniper can do mind games with other snipers, I think, because you can like play, like snipers can just play chicken and stay out, or then just go high, stay out, and just peek, and just like trying to tempt the enemy. I've done that a ton. Just like maybe it's overconfidence, but just like over peeking when you really shouldn't be and stuff like that. So there, I mean, yes, Spy has more opportunities. I think Scout can as well with Bonk, although that usually doesn't end well. What else? I think that's it for the most part. That's to my knowledge.
That mess with other players' senses, and you can often make the enemy question what is real and what isn't.
Know the enemy.
We're not playing against training bots here, and we're going to assume it's not the other type either. These are real players, and real players learn and adapt. And when coming up against you, a player that can insta-kill them from behind, they're going to react and adjust based on their experiences with you.
Oh yeah.
Let's take this example.
Oh, there's like, I think I brought this up in a previous TF2 video where when playing, at least in Valorant, I know it's not like a one-to-one comparison, but I would try to do the same thing for like the first few rounds, so then the enemy will think I'm gonna do that, but then at some point in a future round where the enemy thinks I'm gonna do the same thing, I just try something else and get the jump on them. That I don't know if that would work in here. Like maybe that one time, right? But that novelty wears off very quickly.
This new player gets backstabbed by a spy every time he passes through here. It'll work the first few times,
It's
but
all
by
part of the
third and
play.
fourth time, basic human brain
Big
functions
brain
have
it.
kicked in, and they're going to do the single best thing you can do to prevent a backstab.
Turn around.
Turn around. Of course, each player is different,
Yeah.
and will react to spies differently and at different times.
Oh yeah.
New players are going to be typically less aware of spy tells. Plus, they're preoccupied with simply learning how to play, so a good chunk of their attention has been allocated to that. Compare that to an experienced player. They aren't preoccupied with learning the game, and when heading to the front lines, their brain is deprived of dopamine. Therefore, they're looking for something to do. And that something
What?
is going to be watching for spies. For
Pyro
many
was good on
players,
this.
it's best to wait until they're preoccupied with something else so you can have an opening to backstab them. Though sometimes even experienced players may also just run to the front lines absent-mindedly, but a knife in their back will quickly wake them up.
Yeah, because like sometimes you just want to run and gun. Soldier's good for that, but yeah, it's always better to be aware of your surroundings rather than just have like a one-track mind.
Or put them to sleep, depending on your perspective. Point is, it's good to build up small psychological profiles of other players based on how they...
Wait. Has died to you multiple times. Likely very wary of you by now and may turn around randomly. Patrols common flank routes to catch flankers off guard, okay. New but observant. Is learning from you. Will likely use your own tactics against you. That's an interesting
Look
one.
and act, allowing you to anticipate their actions and reactions.
'Cause, like if you're just acting all randomly, then they learn that. Is that using the tactic against me if I don't really have a tactic? The tactic is to have no
Be
tactic.
prepared for their strategies to adjust as they become more aware of you.
But you also have a gun. And getting in their heads psychologically and with lead.
As mentioned before, the more you kill, the more people become aware of you,
Yep.
and therefore, the harder it becomes to get kills. It's not necessarily just for the people you do kill, but people become more aware of a spy's presence as he causes problems for their team.
Oh yeah.
Experienced players are aware that if they don't deal with a spy, it can often become a problem later. Many are aware of the tells of a nearby spy,
Are they
which
cloaking?
includes
Nearby backstabs, cloak sounds,
Yeah.
spy cloak,
Oh, that, yeah.
lines, players acting strangely, disappearing health and ammo packs, shutter doors that open when they shouldn't, obvious dead ring of fans, spy symbol statues, footsteps when nobody is nearby, or just straight up seeing the spy by any means.
even if these tells don't always directly lead to the spy being caught and killed, it does prepare players for an imminent spy attack.
Oh yeah.
It's often best to assume players will notice these tells every time, even if they often don't. Though when players do suspect a nearby spy, they'll often use the spy voice command.
Spy!
Using the voice command is a quick and effective way to instantly raise the awareness of nearby teammates, but as the spy in question, you should also be listening out for this. Many players will
Oh, you can hear
instinctively
that as-
call out spy when they suspect.
Because I'm pretty sure you can hear that while you're disguised, right? But I mean, I guess you can hear that as a proximity audio thing, maybe. I feel like they mentioned it before, in terms of like using the voice chat, but I don't think they got too in depth into it.
One is nearby, and this can be a surprisingly good way to tell if other players are aware of you or not. This may be obvious, but it's good to remember that your best targets are those that are distracted, as there are many actions that can put players into
Oh, because like I saw in a comment.
that your best targets are those
Okay, because I wasn't paying attention to the health. Because there was a comment saying that if you're disguised, you do get the benefits from a dispenser. So yeah, you can see the health slowly rise from it.
Those that are
Okay.
distracted, as there are many
Okay.
actions that can put
Okay.
players into a distracted state.
Fighting other players, tunnel vision on a weak player,
Yeah.
getting a health pack, repairing buildings, healing players taking lots of damage, dealing with an overhealed heavy, or running away from an ubered player.
Of course, these actions aren't guaranteed to put players in a distracted state, as they can bait out a spy attack or use methods to partially mitigate it. If you catch players out multiple times while they're distracted, you should expect them to either begin using these tactics
Ooh,
or
with the bow?
switch class entirely. In fact, it's not uncommon for you to backstab a sniper, only for him to come out of spawn with the Razorback. But in this case, Spy has that decloak that makes noise, and I decloaked behind him earlier, so I knew he most likely had no sound, so I just destroyed his Razorback and stabbed him anyway.
Jeez. That's...
Oh yeah, and also
Even... Don't you... Like, isn't there a visual tell with the Razorback as well, not just an audio? Because I know if you're zoomed in and you get stabbed with the Razorback gun, I know you zoom out. But I don't know if there's any other visual indicator other than that. I think.
It's also good to note that a player in a distracted state will usually immediately snap out of it if they see or hear the before mentioned spy tells.
Ooh.
But
That's
how can we
me.
use paranoia to our advantage? Well, for one, players that become too focused on not dying to you often start dying to everything else. When players end up this paranoid, it may be a good idea to avoid them entirely. Chances are, you'll get caught by them anyway.
Oh yeah.
So, just let them get so paranoid that they'll go on YouTube and look up spy tutorials just to try and counter spy.
Right.
Speaking of getting to people's
I think, honestly, I don't think I've seen, like, I don't think I've seen TF2 videos. Like, actually, like, I think I've seen, like, one trailer back in the day, like, the Pyro one. But I don't think I've seen any gameplay stuff. Unless if it's through, like, Source Filmmaker, and they're just making memes, but... Yeah, I was just playing it. I don't think I was watching videos on it, which is weird, but yeah.
heads, paranoid players will often be more likely to hunt you down. Using cloak illusions, you can often fake where you've gone, and the
Ooh.
aforementioned players will continue searching for you, not realizing that you've already got away.
Yep. Oh, no.
Illusions can be very good for distracting players, and messing with their perception of where you really are. In this clip, I'm disguised as Demo, but this medic here that I've already stabbed multiple times doesn't buy it. I fake going through this path, and the medic, thinking he knows where I've gone,
Hey.
turns around. This false sense of security, plus the noise pollution, allows me to decloak behind him and get a stab.
Wow.
The other noteworthy thing about
Like, the team didn't look right.
and get a stab.
Oh, I guess you got two snipers trying to focus on the other enemy team, so I guess that's fine for the most part.
The other noteworthy thing about paranoia is how people may begin to catch on to your habits and
Yeah.
strategies. You appear in the same spot every time, people will get used to it. You should either be mixing up your habits constantly to stay ahead of other players, or condition players into one habit.
Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier when I was talking about Valorant. Just like do the same thing so they get conditioned so they'll think you'll do the same thing every round, and then you get the jump on them, right? And then once they act differently the round after, you just go back to status quo and just rinse and repeat. It does, like I said, it doesn't work often, but sometimes, like, I don't play competitive, so it works more often than it should.
Switching to another.
Getting out of their head with a bullet.
Because making people paranoid can make them harder to kill, there are methods that can be used to reduce or negate paranoia.
Not play
As mentioned
spy.
before, one of the strategies for doing this is to simply leave the player in question alone for a while. Let them play the game for a bit, and then strike when they calm down. A good hiding spot, or the cloak and dagger, can be really effective for this, as you can just sit somewhere and chill. You can continue to keep an eye on the fight while staying there, and the enemy team never has to know.
Yeah, it's
You can
wild.
also be more selective with when you appear and who you kill. Warning, I would highly recommend using the stock watch if you're new to spy, as the other watches teach new spies bad habits. Speaking of being selective, the Your Eternal Reward is the best weapon for being a silent assassin. Most players rely on hearing a backstab to become aware of a spy.
Ooh,
However, the Your Eternal Reward with
combo.
the silent backstabs and instant disguise takes that away. The result is that it more often causes only the players you kill to become paranoid of you, since almost everyone else doesn't realize you're there. This combined with the control over your timing the Cloak and Dagger gives you, you can turn into the ultimate ghost spy.
Oh no, he's very scared.
While these unlocks are effective in negating paranoia, these aren't the only methods of doing so.
Oh.
Doing your best to remain undetected prior to kills can slow down the ramp up of paranoia.
Oh yeah.
Constantly changing up your playstyle based on the situation can also be of great benefit, as it can throw the enemy off.
Wait, what? I got your back. Not for sale. You are what you eat. I mean, sure. The genuine Quack and Bert. I don't know what that one's from. I have a genuine apps app. I think. Yeah, I think I still have it. I don't know if I sold it in the past or not, but I think I still have some genuine items. So we got the snack attack, server clearing dead ringer. Okay. Also, like, yeah, that you can stat. That's weird that you can stat track it, but I guess the tracking thing is different than, say, the sniper rifle tracking. I don't know. Because I apparently you can, like, here you can stat track it, but I don't know if it tracks the same thing or not.
Players getting used to your dead ringer? Switch to stock invids. People are hearing your backstabs? Use the Your Eternal Reward. People chasing you down after a backstab? Use the Big Earner. Adapt the loadout to the situation and keep your enemy guessing. You can also bind keys to quick switch between loadouts.
So that's assuming you have those items, right? So I guess this assumes you have the basic know-how of spy and the basic, or not the basic, but the custom items as well.
Personally, I use the arrow keys for this.
It
One of
doesn't
the
take too
best
long.
ways of reducing
It doesn't take too
paranoia
long.
is switch off spy.
Yeah, that's what I said.
What? I'm being serious. Just
Easy.
play a different class. Because you
Like,
know how
yeah, if they don't see you play spy anymore, they're not going to be paranoid. They're not going to think that, like, they're not going to think that the spy's going to stab you when the spy that stabbed you before is now a different class. But I think you can also disguise. Actually, no, because I think when you disguise as a teammate, like, or like a different class, right, on the same team, I think you take their name as well. Or do you keep your name? I don't remember.
to play other classes and not just spy, right? Right? But being able to off-class can render people's efforts to spy check for you completely useless.
Yeah.
And as mentioned before, players that spy check too much can be much more vulnerable in other aspects. Plus,
Right.
being able to play other classes gives you a good idea of how they work, how they think,
That's true.
and how to fight them. And once the enemy team calms down a bit, you may just be able to switch back and cause more problems.
Montage. That soldier was just standing there. Jeez. Yeah, they're just like the power of the threat of the enemy team is so. It's like, I don't know. It's like it's a given, but it's so powerful because obviously, in terms of being attentive and what you're being attentive to, as you're gonna be more attentive towards like a group of enemies versus that one spy. Like they said, like you said, it's a good distraction. foreign. I don't know why it says foreign. Nice fan art. Alright. So I guess that was Paranoia. I mean, it did mention some of the stuff I did, but yeah, it was more in depth. But yeah, like I said, I usually just do it on a server where like I'm friends with the people, so it's like, oh, I'm just messing with you. Like the stuff that I would do to mess with them, I would not do on like a public one because they would catch on so quick. I mean, like with the friends too, like they'll catch on, but it's more of a like a ha ha, since you're in voice chat with them, you can hear their paranoia rather than just like a random public server with public people or with like random people. So yeah, interesting video, and I guess next week is gonna be a different one. So yeah, there's 13 videos total, so yeah, it's all interesting so far, so pretty cool. So hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, thank you for watching and have a nice day.